Hey guys, welcome to Sports Obsession. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm back. I'll be making a lot more videos, a lot more content coming out. So today we're going to recap UFC 251, happened last night. Great card. I literally watched every single fight. Awesome. Davey had a great knock at the beginning of the night. I don't think anyone really saw that because it was on the early prelims. Fantastic KO. Make sure to watch that. Um, so what we're going to talk about, we're going to recap the main card and we're going to talk a little bit about the prelims a little bit. So to start, one of the most exciting fights to me, I've been waiting for this for a long time once it was announced. They had Volkan Ozdemir versus Yuri Prohashka. So Yuri, I've been waiting for him to fight in the UFC for many years. He was offered a contract before, turned it down because he didn't think he was ready. He's a mentally very different fighter, very unorthodox. He's very it's a mental game for him. He'll get punched. He wants to get punched at least once to get him into it. And from then on, he'll take over. His striking really reminds me of like an earlier John Jones. He was a little more risky with this fight than he was with his previous Ryzen fights. He was a Ryzen champ. He KO'd or TKO'd Muhammad Lal, King Mo. I don't know if any of you knew who he is. Yeah, former Bellator champion. He's a great fighter. So he TKO'd on him. Knocked out CB Dalloway. Fantastic fight. Then decided to actually take the offer to the UFC. So not many people knew Yuri coming into this fight versus Volkan. Volkan's obviously an amazing stand-up artist in the light heavyweight division. Knocks out many people. I was beyond excited for this fight, so that's what I'm talking about right now. Yuri looked great. Volkan looked good too. Yuri looked like how I expect him to look. I didn't think he would be so risky, but he really came out there and did some work. Got the TKO or KO. It looked awesome. I'm really excited to see him crush it in the future. I think he will be a force. Volkan was, I think, number seventh ranked coming in, so I'm guessing Yuri will get a top five opponent, or at least should be top 10. I think if he gets two more, or three more wins, he'll get that title shot. And he's there. Like he has the talent. He's extremely gifted. I think he will definitely take it in the future, without a doubt. To be honest, um, he definitely will contend if John Jones is still there. If it's against really anyone else at this point, I think he has a solid chance. I'm really excited to see him fight. Because I've been waiting years to see Yuri in the UFC, and it's finally here. Okay, on to the main card. Mianda Ribas versus Paige Van Zandt. Everyone knew it was going to happen. To be honest, I never thought Paige was that great of a fighter. I think she's quite overrated. Um, she's had some good showings against weaker opponents. I I don't think anyone thought she was going to do much in this fight. She'll go to Bellator, make money. She's a pretty face, big name. But Amanda Ribas she's too good. She's actually a really good fighter. I think she'll do great in whichever division she chooses to fight in. If it's strawweight or flyweight or whatever, or featherweight, she'll be fantastic. She's an excellent fighter, great striker, all around, very gifted. I think she'll be a fantastic fighter for the future. I think she's 10-1 now or something like that. Yeah, she did great. Um, Now on to Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade. This was the fight of the night, and I was beyond. It was amazing. It was great. Best fight by far of the whole thing. Rose is a monster. Rose is a freak. She's so technical, and she's always in there. Always. I remember when after her loss to Jessica last time that she was debating retirement and really thought that. And I was so upset because I'm like, man, you were winning the whole fight except for that slam. You were dominating actually. Jessica Andrade looked great though. She was right in there the whole time. Like it was a close fight. I didn't expect Jessica to actually perform that well. She looked fantastic. She was strong. Every strike was just a knockout strike. She's going at it. She's a pit bull. She was great, but Rose is too good. Rose is too technical. Um, she just picked her apart. Just jabs, combinations, everything. She looked fantastic, and I'm so happy that Thug Rose is back. She's one of my favorite fighters, men or women. She's amazing. I'm super happy to see her back. Okay, now we're talking about the most difficult fight to talk about. We have Peter Yan versus Jose Aldo. If you've been following me, or if you know me, I've been a big fan of Jose since his WEC days, ever since he entered. I've been following him religiously. I have numerous of things of his, and I've had so many shirts of his growing up, and there's some autograph cards I've had when I was probably like 14 years old that I bought when it first came out with the UFC cards. Um, Jose's all-time favorite fighter, so this was tough. I knew Peter Yan. I really thought he was going to win. I was hoping for Jose to win, but I watched Yan for a long time, and I just thought he's unbeatable. I didn't think Jose was going to switch to bantamweight. He looked great. He looks great in bantamweight. Don't get me wrong, but this fight terrified me more than even a Cejudo fight. I just think Peter is just he's a great fighter. He's excellent. He's excellent on the feet. He's non-stop action. Great boxer. Has conditioning for days, and that was the big difference was his conditioning factor. Jose looked great actually. 3 rounds. He might have been up in the scorecard for the 3 rounds, but that's where he's always wrong. He kills it for 3 rounds. Looks fantastic. Leg kicks looked amazing. Looked like vintage Jose Aldo. Like he looked rejuvenated. Looked amazing. Looked healthy. Looked jacked. He was crushing it. His shots were amazing, and he was doing the leg kicks. His leg kicks are the best in the game. Like there's no doubt about that. He was tearing Peter apart. He had to switch stances a bunch just because of what he was doing, and then Jose stopped it. Now, once he stopped that, that was his biggest mistake. He stopped that. He was out of shape going into the fourth. He was tired at the end of the third, and I saw that, and I just thought, yeah, he's done. He's done. He tends to kind of fade away quickly once he gets tired, and it upset me for sure. That stoppage was terrible, horrible stoppage. Should have been stopped a lot earlier. I was quite upset about that one. But I think Jose is still a great, amazing fighter, favorite fighter of all time. I think he still has a chance of the division. I think he just needs to take a step back, look at his conditioning, really focus on that. He knows his stand-up. He has great jiu-jitsu. He has great takedown defense. We all know that. I think he just needs to step back and work on his conditioning because these young guys are conditioned. I think he can do it. He can get great conditioning. He just needs lose a little bit of muscle, focus on that conditioning factor because these young guys are hungry and they're conditioned for days, especially in the bantamweight division. They don't stop. Like Demetrius Johnson back in the day when he fought bantamweight before flyweight, he was nonstop. Everyone was nonstop in that division. So if Jose can work on that conditioning, I think he really can step it up. Just because after the third round, he tends to fade and then just give up. In the end, congrats to Yan. I think he'll be a great champion. I hope to see Jose fight once or twice more and then get back, and I really hope he continues fighting because I really think he has a chance. Now on to Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. Interesting. Interesting decision. I didn't have it that way. I think most people didn't have that way. I think these judges need to get out. I think they need former mixed martial artists to be the judges because judges obviously have made many mistakes, and it's pretty embarrassing for such a well-known sport and a sport that's trying to grow and grow and grow to have terrible judging that just ruins fighters' lives. Max should be the champ at this point. Amazing fight. He did everything right. Yeah, he faded a little bit in the later rounds, but he was so dominant early that didn't even matter. He won 3-2. I was guessing 3 rounds to 2. I think all first 3 rounds Max won. Last 2 he possibly lost. He lost, but I do think Max won. I think that was a terrible decision. I don't know what they're going to do with him because even Dana White agrees that Max won that fight. It's hard to decide because you give a third fight even though they fought back to back. But it only makes sense to be honest because Max deserves it because he deserves that title right now. And I think they'll fight soon. Hopefully the next, few months. That'll be nice if they can fight again if they're all healthy and everything because I really think Max definitely deserves that title. He won that fight. But congrats, Alexander. He continue, but I want to see that rematch again for the trilogy because really Max won that fight. On to the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. I'm shocked that a lot of people actually counted Usman out. I don't know if it's just the casuals who thought that, but to be honest, I love Jorge Masvidal. I think he actually performed better than I thought he would against Usman. Um, Usman's a dominant fighter. He reminds me of like maybe a more modern day Randy Couture type fighter, but like way better stand up and with better conditioning. He doesn't stop. He's a madman. Like, he's a freak. Like he's like Randy Couture if John Jones and him molded. Like he really grinds against the wall, takes you down, exhausts you. And a solid stand up. He is a champion. Obviously, not the most exciting fight, especially for people who don't follow fighting. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even find it that exciting when you're just against the cage the whole time. It's not very fun. But Jorge Masvidal, I think he looked great. Taking this fight on 6 days' notice with like losing 20 pounds is hard on your body. That's extremely difficult. It's not fathomable. Like he lost 20 pounds in 6 or 5 days. That's insane. But he looked great. He looked solid. Stand up obviously was better, more superior than Kamaru, and his defense looked fantastic. 6 days notice, and his defense was like that. Like, yeah, I get he was training for the fight before, but he did have a few weeks off because they couldn't get the negotiations, and obviously those few weeks will affect you as an athlete. But I thought Jorge Masvidal looked good. He did what he did. Stand up looked great. Was always in there. Yeah, just not the most exciting fight. Kamaru Usman never has the most exciting fights. But he is the champion for a reason. He is very dominant. I think if Jorge Masvidal gets two more fights, and I think he get one more, I think he get the shot again, and I'd be excited for that. Maybe he fights Leon Edwards and goes on fights Usman would be a solid fight. I'd be very excited, or Gilbert Burns even, but I think Burns does deserve that title shot because he looked dominant, and it's kind of unfair just to get rid of that. So I think if Jorge Masvidal fought Edwards, it would be an awesome fight. And then whoever wins fights for the title. I just think it should happen. And Usman, he's the dominant champion. I was shocked that people just threw him away. So congrats to Kamaru Usman. He looked fantastic. Obviously, he won the fight. Not the most exciting fight to most, but you win. And that's all that matters really in the fight game. I'm excited for this Wednesday. We got Calvin Kattar versus Dan Ige. Calvin Kattar's ridiculous, man. Dan Ige is phenomenal too. Dan is a beast. Everyone doubted him almost every fight, even against Edson Barboza, and he's won every fight in the past while. He's the fantastic. He's a workhorse, and he comes in there wanting to fight, and people doubt him. I'm impressed, but Calvin Kattar's the next level. To me, I think Calvin Kattar is a future champion, possibly. His stand-up in boxing is one of the best in the division. He's amazing. I'm super excited to see Calvin Kattar fight. I think he'll win, and he'll be in that top 5 in the division. I'm really excited to see Calvin fight. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'll review the fights come Wednesday. I'll review those. I'll be coming out with a lot more NBA and NFL content too in the future. Depends if everything works out with all this COVID going on. But all right, thanks for listening. Tune in to Sports Obsession. We have big things coming. I'll be continuing with this, and I'll see you later. See you guys.